How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here with the ultimate comprehensive guide for everything Starlink. In this video, I'll be detailing everything you need to know about the game, including the 10 different physical pilots, the 8 different starships, and of course the 16 different weapons within the game, along with various weapon combinations that you guys can use within the game to overcome all sorts of obstacles. Before we jump into each of the sections of this video, let's detail more about what Starlink actually is. Starlink is a brand new IP from Ubisoft in which you are a part of a group of heroic interstellar pilots dedicated to freeing the Atlas star system from Grax and the Forgotten Legion. Now, in Starlink, you're able to mix and match pilots, ships, wings, and weapons in order to fully customize your starship. As soon as you place any physical changes to your starship, you'll see your starship change instantly within the game. There are many challenges throughout the game to overcome, so learning how to hot swap on the fly is all part of the fun. As you can see on screen here, the Nintendo Switch system exclusive is the Star Fox bundle with a Fox McCloud pilot, Arwing ship, and an exclusive mission. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you're able to pick up the Starlink starter kits on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, although they will have a slightly different loadout of pilots and starships within. Now, keep in mind that throughout this entire video, we'll be discussing the physical versions of all the pilots, starships, and weapons. Each of these can be purchased digitally alongside. Our first section of this video will be covering all of the 10 different pilots within the game, detailing which physical packs they come in and each of the pilot abilities. The 10 pilots not only have a specific pilot ability, but they also have a skill tree with different passives, such as mentor skills that can help out your entire fleet of pilots. First up is the flagship Nintendo Switch exclusive Star Fox. His exclusive mentor skill called Never Give Up allows for a 100% increase for all pilots' passive ability charge. Fox's pilot ability is called Rock and Roll, where he summons a member of the Star Fox team to help him clean up some enemies. It's really fun to see Falco, Slippy, and even Peppy swing by to lend a hand for a short amount of time. Next up, we have Mason Rana. Mason is available in every starter kit, so you won't miss out on collecting his pilot figure. You'll definitely want to level up Mason due to his quick learner mentor skill that allows 100% more experience gains for all pilots. Mason's pilot ability is Orbital Strike, where he calls upon the Equinox to fire a huge laser beam blast that has a very wide area of effect. Use this ability on targets that don't move around too much in order to capitalize on the massive damage. Rocking into our third pilot spot is none other than Razor Lemay. Razor can be purchased in a standalone pilot pack, or if you're local to a GameStop, pick up their Cerberus exclusive to obtain the Razor Lemay within. Aside from powerful riffs, her Mosh Pit Mentor skill will allow all pilots to gain +2 pilot ability charge per damage taken. Razor's pilot ability is Power Chord, where notes drop down on the screen, and if you're good with the timing of your button presses, each successful press will unleash a sonic assault to damage nearby targets. If you hit all your notes, the damage will increase. Next up is Hunter Hakka, who can be found inside the Lance Starship pack. Hunter Hakka's mentor skill is called Focus Mind, in which all pilots will deal 20% more damage when their shields are full. Hunter Hakka's pilot ability is Shadow Strike, where he unleashes a flurry of quick strikes to nearby enemies. What I love about this one is the fact that you can unleash it when your meter is full and not have to worry about aiming anything, as the attack never misses. Combo this with his Elementary passive skill, and you'll be recharging this ability in no time whenever you shoot an elemental combo. Speeding into our next spot is Chase de Silva, who can be found inside the Pulse Starship pack. Her mentor skill is called Stunt Training, where each pilot earns +20 speed to make them go even faster. Chase's pilot ability, called Overdrive, is where she receives infinite boost for a short amount of time, along with increased speed and handling so she can maneuver herself out of tight situations or give her the quick edge in battle. Our next pilot is Levi McCray, who can be found in the Target exclusive Scramble Starship pack, or as a standalone pilot. His mentor skill called Bad Influence gives all pilots plus 20% durability when at critical health. Levi's pilot ability is Danger Zone, in which he gains invincibility for a short amount of time. Not only can it be used defensively for invincibility frames, it can be used offensively as anything he touches while in Danger Zone will be damaged. Shaid is next on our list. If you're looking at scoring the physical version of her, you'll need to pick up the Nadir Starship pack. Shaid's mentor skill is called Where It Hurts, and it allows 20% more critical hit damage for all pilots. Shaid's pilot ability is Vanish, where she disappears from enemy sight and can be used to get out of a tight spot, or it can be used to sneak up on enemies and charge an attack. Eli Arborwood is our next pilot here. This gunslinger can be found in a standalone pilot pack. What's great about Eli is the fact that he allows for up to 30% more Electrum harvesting, and his mentor skill called Old Plant New Tricks teaches all pilots how to deal more damage following a critical hit for up to 3 seconds afterwards. Eli's pilot ability is called Gunslinger, where he slows down time in order to line up various shots. When the timing is right, you can press the L button to fire on all the marked targets. Next up is Kharl Zeon, who can be found in a standalone pilot pack. This defensive character's mentor skill of Electrum Research allows a plus 20 charge for all pilots' abilities whenever collecting Electrum. Kharl's ability is Vortex Shield, where he creates a Vortex Shield to absorb all sorts of fire and projectiles. This defensive maneuver becomes offensively oriented when you hold the L button and launch all that stored energy back at your enemies. Last but not least is Judge. You can get Judge from the Neptune Starship pack. His mentor skill, Swarm Shield, gives all pilots up to 2 seconds of invulnerability after their shields break. A great skill to have when getting bombarded. Judge's pilot ability is Time Shift, where Judge slows down time in order to destroy his enemies. While time is slowed down, Judge has unlimited energy to blast all the weapons as necessary. Now that we've learned the basics of all the various pilots in the game, it's time to take a look and analyze each of the 8 starships available. Every starship and wing has individual stats that make up your build. Since each starship comes with 2 wings, the amount of customization options is truly limitless when building your dream starship. The game recognizes a maximum of 3 wings per side, so stack up those wings on wings while topping them off with a weapon and see it come to life within the game. Our first starship that we're going to analyze is the Nintendo Switch exclusive Arwing, found only in the Starlink starter kit. I've always wanted a replica model of the Arwing ever since I was younger. The base stats for the lightweight Arwing sport above average speed at 150, superior handling at 205, average defenses at 100, and average energy at 100. The Arwing makes for a great starship. It has the exclusive G-diffuser that repels incoming damage when you do a barrel roll. Press Z or R twice. Jump and press dodge. Our next starship is the Zenith, which are exclusives to the Xbox and PlayStation 4 starter kits. The base stats for the medium weight Zenith show an average speed stat of 100, above average handling at 125, great defense at 155, and a lot of energy to fire weapons with at 175. The Zenith is very versatile and can handle any situation. Next up we have Shaid's ship, the Nadir, which can be found in the Nadir Starship pack. The heavy Nadir's base stats gravitate towards speed with a superior speed stat of 215, with an above average handling stat of 125, defensive stat of 115, and the average 100 energy stat. This rocket class Nadir is definitely built for maximum speed thrust. Our next starship is Judge's Neptune, found in the Neptune Starship pack. This ultra-heavy Neptune is a tank class that sacrifices its average 100 speed and handling stats for a superior 200 defensive stat and a very good 155 energy stat to help out with firepower. The Neptune is great for taking and dishing out damage. Next up is the Lance, found in the standalone Lance Starship pack. If you're an owner of the Xbox or PlayStation starter kit and wanted a starship similar to the Arwing, this starship is the right choice for you, due to the fact that it has the exact same base stats as the Arwing. Above average speed at 150, superior handling at 205, average defenses at 100, and average energy at 100 as well. The only thing it doesn't do is barrel rolls that deflect incoming fire. In the United States, this is the first of the store exclusives. If you live near a GameStop and have access to their online site, you can pick up the GameStop exclusive Cerberus, which is a reskinned version of the Lance with slightly altered stats. The Cerberus shares the same 150 speed stat and defensive stat, while sacrificing some handling from the 205 to 160 in favor of an above average 145 energy stat. The Cerberus makes for a great all-round starship. Our next starship is none other than Chase's space-faring hot rod, the Pulse. This starship can be found in the standalone Pulse starship pack. This lightweight Pulse boasts a very fast 155 base speed stat, a superior handling stat of 200, and average defense and energy stats of 100 each. Having this starship will allow you to be super fast and nimble while fighting enemies. To end off our list of starships, we have the second of our two US retail store exclusives, the Scramble. This is a reskinned Pulse with a slightly altered stat spread. It has 5 less speed, rounding out at 150, 10 less handling, rounding out at 190, the same energy stat at 100, and pours those extra stats into a little bit more defense at 115. Still a nimble and acrobatic starship built for speed and flexibility. Now that we've learned all about the 10 different pilots as well as the 8 different starships, it's time to dive into the weaponry within the game. Starting off our list of weapons is one that's an exclusive weapon to the Nintendo Switch starter kit, the laser cannon from the Arwing. Although this isn't classified as one of the 16 weapons, it's still usable without any elemental weapons placed on it. Like previous Star Fox games, you're able to charge up a shot and release it for massive damage. The Crusher is one of the first of 3 gravity-based weapons in the game. You can find this weapon in the Crusher and Shredder Mark II weapons pack. It's a gun that launches very precise gravity bursts that has the power to create a miniature gravity well around its targets that attracts nearby projectiles. Definitely a great long-range, high rate-of-fire weapon. If you have purchased the Lance Starship pack for Hunter Hakka, you'll have access to the Imploder. This Imploder will literally fire a black hole at your opponents. Simply charge it up and release for a long-range, strong area of effect vortex that will totally deal critical damage to bosses and structures. Purchase the Nadir Starship pack to have access to Shaid and the Nullifier weapon. The Nullifier is a great weapon when it comes to battling against fast and evasive targets, as each of the shots home in on the enemies to induce a vortex status effect on them. Pair any of these 3 with other element weapons for some devastating combos. More on that later. If you have access to the Pulse Starship pack, you'll be able to obtain the Volcano weapon, our first of 4 fire-based weapons within the game. Like the gravity-based Crusher shown earlier, it's the same weapon but has a fire element that causes the overheat status condition. The longer the trigger is held down, the hotter it gets and the more damage it dishes out. You'll find the Meteor Mk in the standalone Hailstorm combo weapons pack. This weapon is super fun to play with. Simply charge it up and release it near an enemy to ram into them, turning them into a flaming ball of fiery death. Once they're set flying, your aiming reticle homes into their location, setting you up for an easy combo. If you're purchasing Starlink physically, every single one of the starter kits has the Flamethrower, so you won't miss out on this one. Just as the name implies, it's a weapon that throws flames in a wide arc, which can set targets on fire to burn them down. Just watch out for your own flames, as your starships can easily catch on fire. Exclusive to the Scramble Starship pack, the Fury Cannon is definitely one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Think of a flaming grenade launcher with a huge area of effect. This Fury Cannon is one of the strongest weapons within the game. If you're looking for the only stasis weapon in the game, it's the Levitator, and it's found only in the Neptune Starship pack. The Levitator launches a stasis missile that homes into your fast and evasive foes only to stop them in their tracks and float them in mid-air. Shoot them again to trigger a stasis overload. Just be wary of the high energy cost and low rate of fire on this weapon. Moving on to the Ice Elemental weapons, meet the Hailstorm. Available only in the Hailstorm and Meteor Mk weapons pack, the Hailstorm is one of the 3 Ice Elementals in the game. Like the Crusher and the Volcano, the Hailstorm is a weapon that delivers cryo-enhanced projectiles at a fast, accurate manner. Ice weapons like this one will be able to inflict the Frost status effect on foes to slow them down. If you have the Starlink starter kit on any system, you'll have access to the Frost Barrage. Similar to that of the gravity-based Nullifier, the Frost Barrage launches a volley of guided missiles that freeze enemies. This works very well when paired up with a fire weapon. Our last Ice Elemental is the Freeze Ray Mark II, which can be found in the standalone Iron Fist weapons pack. This is the only weapon in the game that actually freezes enemies solid. Once frozen solid, simply ram into enemies to shatter them. Definitely a precise strategic weapon. As an exclusive to the Xbox and PlayStation 4 starter kits, you'll be equipped with the Shredder. If you bought the Nintendo Switch starter pack, you'll have a chance to purchase the Crusher and Shredder Mark II weapons pack to get the alternative version. They're identical in functionality as they both launch precise rapid-fire bullets that can inflict a kinetic status effect on enemies. If you purchase the Cerberus Starship pack, you'll have access to the Shockwave. Alternatively, you can pick this up in the standalone dual weapons pack along with the Gauss Gun Mk. The Shockwave is a different type of weapon that focuses on short-range, concussive blasts of energy that make your opponents fall down and fly far away. Offering a wide blast radius, you'll be at home with this weapon in close quarters combat. You'll be able to find the Iron Fist weapon in the dual weapons pack alongside the Freeze Ray Mark II. The Iron Fist is the game's equivalent of a shotgun. The closer you are to your opponent, the more devastating the effects. Our last weapon on the list is the Gauss Gun Mark II, which can be found in the standalone weapons pack alongside with the Shockwave. This precise siege railgun allows you to hold a charge and unleash a devastating shot towards enemy weak points. With all the 16 different elemental weapons at your disposal, it only makes sense to equip 2 different weapons, one on each wing. Try experimenting with the following elemental combos to deal additional damage to your enemies. Straight out of the box, you're equipped with an Ice Elemental and a Fire Elemental. Do enough damage to inflict a Frost or Freeze status, then hit him with the Heat weapon to do a Hot Thermal Shock. Likewise, if you inflict the enemy with an Ignite or an Overheat weapon, hit them with a Cold weapon to give them the Cold Thermal Shock. Using any of the vortex-inducing weapons shown previously, paired with an Ice Elemental, will unleash a Frost Vortex that can rip right through armor with a massive area of effect. Likewise, once you get one of the vortexes on screen, with the help of gravity weapons, light it up with any fire weapon for a massive fire vortex that will continuously burn enemies caught inside it. If you're able to freeze a foe with the Freeze Ray, try pairing it up with a kinetic weapon like the Shockwave to deal additional shatter damage to the foes. If you don't have a kinetic weapon, you can easily boost into enemies to shatter them instead. Try firing the Levitator onto a target twice in a row to give extra damage in the form of Stasis Overload. Try using this against gravity-infused targets to maximize damage output. Having a 1-2 punch combo of the Levitator and any ice weapon will allow you to use Cryoblasts. These Cryoblasts will explode and frost any nearby enemies, so do it often for a huge area of effect ice attack. Likewise, if you replace the combo with a Levitator and any fire weapon, you'll cause a Heat Blast. These Heat Blasts will explode and set any nearby enemies on fire. The last of our combos is the combination of the Levitator and any gravity weapon in order to unleash a violent gravity shock blast that will affect all nearby enemies. You can't go wrong with pairing elementals with the Levitator for sure. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen, everything you need to know about Starlink Battle for Atlas. In this video, we detailed the specifics of all 10 pilots with their passives and pilot abilities. We discussed the details and base stats of all 8 starships. We then detailed each and every one of the 16 weapons within the game, and we explained how to use the elemental combo system for added damage. Shoutouts to my friends at Ubisoft for providing all of these pilots, starships, and weapons so I can make this video for all of you to enjoy. What did you think? Are you as excited for Starlink as I am? Be sure to pick up the starter kit and play along with me. If you'd like to see what a first hour of the game is like, be sure to click on screen and watch me play. If you found this video informative and helpful, be sure to smash that like button and share the video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be updated on the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching.